Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Let us explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. Today on Follow the Money, a landmark move in Philippine media. Bilyonaryo News Channel is now streaming on Samsung TV Plus, marking the first Filipino news channel on tech giant's free ad-supported platform. This partnership signals more than just a platform shift. It's a powerful step into the future of TV, free, digital, and driven by attention rather than subscriptions. What does this mean for brands, for legacy media, and for millions of viewers? Is this where the money and the future is flowing? Joining us to break it all down is Jacque Ruby, Chief Growth Officer at TapDMV and BlastTV, and one of the strategic minds behind this game-changing integration with Samsung TV Plus. Welcome to Follow the Money, sir.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, this is really interesting for me, as you know, we all know that digital TV is the future. And I have read that you used to be on traditional TV. Can you tell us about your journey?
Yeah, so basically I'm a cable guy. So I've been in the cable landscape for decades. And I started my journey on Discovery Channel, History Channel, and the last one was with the Nickelodeon.
I love History Channel.
I love it too, but you know, the pandemic happened. And like what I shared with you, because of that, you know, we thought that viewership would go up at that time because, you know, everybody was home watching TV. We read it wrong.
What happened?
It actually fast-tracked the growth, the exponential growth of digital TV. And it fast-tracked the demise of, I wouldn't say demise, but the really slowdown of cable TV. So I lost my job in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And how did you see it coming? Like when you saw that the viewers are going down and you know that, what was on your mind during that time?
Initially, we were confident that our viewership would go up. I mean, we have SpongeBob. I mean, Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
But instead of people watching on TV, they started watching on their mobile phones. So
there was a shift in the behavior.
We thought it was going to be gradual, but it was very immediately felt in the digital world.
Did you see that, do you think that the pandemic pushed it forward, like fast forward digitization?
1,000 times. And at that time, there was a player that was growing at that time, well, we know that's Netflix. So everybody shifted their viewing on Netflix. Before, it was push content, meaning at 4 in the afternoon, you'll be able to watch Follow the Money, or 4:30, Follow the Money. During the pandemic, it became pull content, meaning I will watch the content whenever I want it, during my own time.
This is like the same way that Bitcoin became decentralizing fiat.
Yeah.
And you know, you have your own time, you watch it at your own time. But during the time when you were on digital TV, you lost your job.
Yeah.
I remember when it comes to like Nokia during those times and BlackBerry, they never thought that it's gonna happen. I mean, what was your shift of mindset when that time came that, you know, something has to change?
Well, I have to reinvent myself. Otherwise, gutom ang pamilya ko. I have 2 girls. So I have to learn about digital marketing, digital content.
You studied again?
I studied.
Wow.
I studied at AIM. And I tried to make myself relevant again. Because experience is no longer enough. I mean, my experience is based on an old technology, diba? So from your typical pay TV, it became focused on OTT, which is over the top, which is the likes of Netflix, your Disney Plus.
Subscriptions.
Initially, yes, subscription. and mobile, it became narrowcast instead of broadcast.
I see.
So I had to reinvent myself, otherwise I'd be left out.
Were you always been traditional when it comes to
Very
reviews?
traditional. I mean, it's a tried and tested formula. Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, in the early 2000s and then 2010s, cable was lording it over, free to air and cable. And then pandemic happened.
And then when you were reinventing yourself and seeing that the money is not already there.
You could see that the advertisers, they were shifting. And then you have YouTube. So people started testing YouTube, Facebook. They were shifting their digital money, I mean their advertising money from traditional to digital. Initially, they would allocate just 10% of their budget, yung the FMCGs, the advertising. Then slowly you'd see more than 50%.
Yeah.
Before we were getting telecast orders pa nga that time. I don't need salespeople. We'll just get advertisements through fax pa that time.
Wow.
Fax machines.
So you were just 21, right?
Huh?
You were 21 back then? Like,
No, naman. I was in my 30s, 40s.
okay. I was thinking like, if you see it coming, like, and then you transitioned, what did you learn during the pandemic that brought you from being traditional to forward-looking?
What did I learn?
Yeah.
Content will always be constant. Like follow the money. There will always be consumption for content. It's the delivery and the distribution method that changes. Because it's technology-based. Nagbabago lagi ang technology. So, whereas before you have your traditional TV, now you have your smart TV.
Yeah.
Diba? Whereas before, mobile was just for calling. Now, you get entertained, you can transact through mobile.
For a regular viewer like me, probably watching TV, what I understand about advertising before is like, okay, if the commercial on TV runs like for first 30 seconds, how much would it be? Like, I know that it's like a big money.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna watch YouTube and I'm gonna see an ad, I'm pretty sure that it's not the same. So what was the distribution of money when it comes to advertising, and how did it change?
Whereas before in free-to-air, like your ABS-CBNs, your GMAs, your 30-second spot would be worth what? $500,000. Pero it's a shotgun. It was shotgun, meaning whoever was watching the TV. Now, it's based on CPM. It's targeted na eh. Everything can be measured and hyper-targeted. People would know that this demo is watching this program, so it's more efficient. So I could spend my ad money more efficiently now.
And talking about efficiency of money, I want to ask you this. So what made Bilyonaryo News Channel stand out as the first Filipino news channel to be integrated in Samsung TV Plus?
So we noticed on Samsung TV that the only news they had was foreign. And Samsung told us that for this to work, they need a local news channel. And it just happened that we know Bilyonaryo is a credible news organization. And because credibility now is a important currency, right?
And hard to find.
Hard to find.
Yes.
So they asked us if we could approach Prague, which is your company, Bilyonaryo Nabante. They like the programs here on Bilyonaryo. So yun, perfect kagad. And
what was your eye then? What was your target? Like, what is a specific theme or a peg on the show that you would want to have Samsung
credible news. That's what they're looking for. That's why we immediately approached Bilyonaryo. We know that the credibility of your journalism here is very high, and it caters to the upper market because most of the Samsung users are in the ABC market. So Bilyonaryo, the demo
aligns on the audience.
Very much aligned.
Sang Kim recently said fast is the future of television. Can you elaborate on how Samsung sees fast evolving in the Philippine market and what role local content plays in that strategy?
Well, let me correct Sam Kim. It's not the future, it's the present na.
It's a present.
Fast TV is the way to go. Anything that is advertising driven, no more on subscription. So that's the way. Tsaka yung everybody, yung usage of smart TV in the Philippines is really high. The penetration is high. I really thought that, again, back to the pandemic, everybody would be consuming their content on mobile, on their phones. Pero ang Pilipino pala communal. So people are going back to the big screens.
Kumakain,
And they want to share watch their movies all together.
The reaction is really important for us Filipinos.
So, yun. So, fast TV is happening here right now. The importance of fast TV is you don't need subscription. It's, again, you can measure. There's data there. And data is money.
Yes.
So, we're following the money.
And it's a different currency altogether, right? But for millions of Filipinos now accessing BNC through Samsung TV Plus, what kind of viewing experience or value does this partnership bring compared to traditional cable or even social media?
Well, compared to traditional cable, again, it's for free. I mean, you have your Samsung TV, turn on and click on the Samsung TV Plus. Kitang-kita mo kagad dun sa news si Bilyonaryo. So, you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. And the experience is mas malinaw eh.
Yeah.
It's HD.
It's still different if you put
It's
it like on a
clearer.
big screen.
Yeah. So, mas maganda yung experience talaga using smart TV, connected TV. That's what you call connected TV.
And that's execution. But how do you measure success on the platform from viewer engagement to ad revenue? And how do you see benefiting local content creators
So
and brands?
the way to measure that is through playback. Everything is now measurable. From average time spent, I mean, like you, we'd know how much time you spent, which programs you watch. Algorithm. Everything is measurable now. And then that translates to data, and data can be monetized.
And the good thing about you mentioned is like everything can be measured, not like just, you're just going beyond this, like the survey used to be, yeah.
Hindi na dati yung survey, parang poll, parang...
Yeah, poll.
Yeah, this is very precise. So that's, whatever's happening here, like kami kasi we have an OTT rin, no? Yung an app, or on Samsung TV Plus, Samsung TV, everything is measurable. Monitor mo na eh. Monthly average users, your viewing time, your playback, and how often do you ship, when do you turn it on, when do you turn it off.
And that's really nice when it comes to digital, digital realm.
And so if you're an advertiser, I know what China is watching, ano yung preference niya,
It's almost scary that it's
scary,
personalization.
No? So we can even okay, we know your viewing habits. Okay, ito yung content na ilalagay namin so that you consume more. And if you're my target market, now I approach yung cosmetics, jewelry, o dito kayo mag-advertise. Very efficient.
With the success of BNC's launch, can we expect more Filipino channels or regional content partnerships to follow on Samsung TV Plus?
For Bilyonaryo, the next phase with Samsung is you now go global. The next phase is we introduce Bilyonaryo where there's a huge Filipino community, Singapore, Thailand, and even North America, then Europe. So to answer your other question, yes, definitely there will be other local content, but Bilyonaryo is the first.
Oh, that's
then
very
Abante is next.
Do you think like OFWs are, craving for this type of content? Yeah.
Yes, that's why even a telco company asked us, hindi nga hiningin channels namin eh. in the Middle East, ang hiningi, bilyonaryo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kasi that's what the Filipinos are asking for. Remember, we're global citizens. We're all over the world, even in Africa. So to be specific, in the UAE, this competitor ni Samsung, hiningi sa amin, hey, can you bring Bilyonaryo na Bante here?
Oh, wow.
Sa UAE.
Wow, that's really nice.
Because that's what the Filipinos are looking for. And even advertisers. So the benefit for Bilyonaryo, yung advertisers nyo, you're not limited to Philippine-based companies. Eventually, you'll see pharmaceutical companies in the US advertising on Bilyonaryo.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
And talking about traffic comes to monetizing credibility and news as premium product with Bilyonaryo News Channel entering Fast TV. How does trusted journalism become a monetizable asset in the digital streaming space?
So our viewers are very intelligent. So they know if it's all noise or the other one, if it's credible journalism. That's where you stand out. That's where Bilyonaryo comes in. Credibility, trust, which, you know, there's always noise on social media, but iba pa rin yung curated, yung credible news like Bilyonaryo.
I love what I'm hearing, Jack, and we are just getting started. Follow the Money returns after a short break. Still with us on Follow the Money. We're diving into the future of media and advertising, from the rise of free ad-supported streaming to how attention has become the new currency, with Jacque Ruby, Chief Growth Officer of TapDMV and BlastTV, and the strategic mind behind the launch of Bilyonaryo News Channel on Samsung TV Plus. Now we want to talk about BlastTV. Tell us more about it, Jacque.
Well, BlastTV is our app. I'm not sure if you have the graphics for that, but it's so BlastTV is an acronym. It stands for Broadband Linear Ad-Supported TV. So it's like your Netflix, but it's for free. You don't have to pay a monthly subscription, but of course you have your advertisements there, your pre-roll, mid-roll. You know, we learn from YouTube a lot. And we realize that Filipinos, they tolerate ads as mga 3 to 4 ads as long as they get the content for free. Yun ang nakita namin.
And what kind of show are we going to see and expect from BlastTV?
So we started out with the Hollywood movies because we have a partnership with NBC Universal, or that's why you'll see sila Fast and the Furious. Yung makikita mo sa Universal Studios, like si Minions, nasa amin yan.
Oh, wow.
Oo, so, but eventually, we saw yung consumption, yung preferences ng Filipinos. Koreans are big sa amin. Koreans, reality TV, you know, we're hopeless romantic. So, gusto ng romance ng Filipinos. And eventually, syempre, we will need local content. And eventually, Bilyonaryo will be part of our app.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
and what's your target market age range for BlastTV?
Before, when we were subscription-based, our subscription was around $199. So, and syempre, you know, we're first to admit na ang preference ng unang kukunin ng Pilipinas is the Netflix, no? And hindi na, $199 medyo masakit na sa bulsa nila yan. So, now, from A to D to E, kasi it's libre na eh.
Yeah.
So, the masa, they get to watch, nasa amin exclusively si WWE, UFC, even Alex Ayala. Nasa amin ng exclusively si Alex Ayala. And, you know, this is a first, no? To be, sa amin, papalabas si Pacquiao, yung bout niya, yung Pacquiao Barrios on July 20. Sa amin, we are the official carrier ng
That's nice.
ng Pacquiao, yung huling laban ni Manny Pacquiao.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
How did you strategize the movies or the shows that you have put on BlastTV?
by genre yan eh. So, again, we know that if you're the user, we know you're the type of user you are, immediately lalabas na lang sa'yo yung the type of movies na, oy, ito yung pinapanood ni China. And that's why we have a recommender system na parang you'd see that in the other apps, no? Since you watch this movie, you would want
More like
to watch.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, more like this.
So ganun yung strategy so that you'll keep on coming back and keep on consuming the content that we have
If that's the same as the other app, what separates you from the others?
for free. Number one,
Okay.
there's no subscription. But it's advertising driven, no? We're free, and then we have our exclusives nga, no? Like what I mentioned.
Yeah, the exclusives, the free.
Sila John Cena, the wrestling, UFC, and then we're big on sports eh.
And what are we going to be excited about, like in the coming weeks or months for Blast TV?
So we're launching more. We're launching some Japanese content.
Anime?
Anime. Anime is huge sa amin. So there will be more anime.
Do you have One Piece?
No, not that kind of anime. But then you'll see more of SpongeBob sa amin then. More SpongeBob, and then more Korean content, the variety shows and dramas and movies, and then Tagalized movies.
Oh.
So we're catering to the masses na.
So the target audience for Blast TV are the masses. And
Masses. Kasi if we're gonna follow the money, if we want advertisers to come in, we need the masses to watch. Diba? So if you want the shampoos, the soaps, the things that you buy in the grocery, you need the masses, the mothers, the women to watch and consume Blast TV.
And knowing where the traffic is actually knowing where the currency lies. And the new currency, attention is capital, how attention economy is shifting from traditional prime time to always on ad-supported TV like
That's right.
Samsung TV Plus.
Yes. There's always room for free-to-air, yung traditional, because remember, we are an archipelago. And for connected TV and apps to work, you need to have your broadband. Unfortunately, especially in the provinces, there are some places na hindi pa rin kaya ang broadband. So there's always room for free-to-air, for direct DTH, direct to home, but eventually it will be penetrated by OTT and smart TV and connected TV.
And following the ads, where does the ad spend going? Are advertisers now prioritizing free streaming platforms over traditional
Yes,
and even paid
that
platforms?
you can clearly see in all the statistics. The shift has happened actually more than several years ago. No? Most of the advertising money has shifted to anything that is digital. No? So to fast TV, programmatic ads, they've shifted to digital TV na and OTTs. Nandun na. I mean, there's still room for free-to-air, but definitely there's no money on, or limited money on pay TV, on cable TV. Nag-shift na talaga sa OTT and smart TV and connected TV.
I love it whenever I see a traditional person change their mindset into looking forward, like what will be the future be, and being open to that kind of like digitalization and shift. What kind of advertisers are lining up for this new space, and is it more cost effective and scalable?
It's more cost effective. Whereas before you have your traditional 30-second spots. Now it's CPM, cost per meal. So very efficient now, and I can spend more money and reach more people now and reach the right target market.
Parang walang tapon.
Walang tapon na. There's no wastage. There's limited, but it's controllable na.
Having said that, is the free TV the future?
For our country, it's still gonna be there. But kasi even the content part is changing. Whereas before you have your long form content, Now, short-form contents are key na eh. And I don't know kung Free TV is doing that, is into that, but for short-form content, that's perfect for fast TV and OTTs and connected TV.
So why did they choose Samsung TV Plus as launchpad, and what's the bigger play here?
Samsung TV, based on statistics, here in the Philippines is number one.
Nice.
In the Philippines, no, that's what I know. No, but over 1 million households have at least one Samsung TV at home that have the Samsung TV Plus. So, and it's growing.
It's like no-brainer.
No-brainer. It's growing. I thought that sales of TV would go down, of smart TV. No. It's growing based on what I've read.
And the screen is getting bigger.
Getting bigger and so and clearer.
Clearer, yeah.
Again, it's the communal experience. It's coming back.
I've heard you said that it's still the same. Content is the key, and being that it's democratization of like data, money in mass reach. How does this partnership unlock new audiences beyond Metro Manila or traditional cable reach?
Like I mentioned earlier, for Bilyonaryo, you don't conquer just the Philippines. You know, go outside of the Philippines.
Go global.
You go global. You now earn dollars. No, so talagang you're expanding your horizon, your reach. It's not limited to the Philippines anymore.
So Jacque, being in that traditional TV, transitioning to different types of TV, if we follow the money over the next 5 years, where do you see it flowing in the world of content, advertising, and digital media?
In terms of content, it's getting shorter. Definitely, there's always room for quality content, no? Definitely the big budgeted movies and long-form content, but it's democratization of content creators na. Anyone here can create their own studio.
Yes.
And if it appeals to the viewing public, you'd be a star. And you know, you can create your studio in your garage. That's the future. You don't need big studios anymore. And once you find the formula for that, advertising money will always follow you. So from your FMCGs to betting companies, to utilities, to telcos, they're gonna follow you. They will follow where people are watching their content or what they're watching.
Thank you, Jacque. This is really a very insightful episode, and thanks for sharing your insights on how free, ad-supported streaming is reshaping media advertising and the future of digital content in the Philippines. Your leadership and the partnership between Bilyonaryo News Channel and Samsung TV Plus has set a new standard for accessible quality news in the digital age. As Jacque shared, the media money trail is no longer confined to primetime slots or paid channels. It's now flowing towards accessibility, scale, and relevance, driven by digital ecosystems like Samsung TV Plus and strategic partnerships that bring content directly to Filipino homes. If you're a brand, a creator, or even just a smart viewer, you have two choices: chase the trends or understand the flow. Because money isn't just made, it's moved. And those who see the shift before the noise win. Before we go, here's some food for thought from Samsung's Senior Vice President and Head of Content and Services for North America, Sang Kim. Fast is the future of television. We're not just delivering content, we're building a new, free ecosystem where viewers, creators, and brand all win. And that's it for today's edition for Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Thank you for watching. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.